All right, so I am redoing the leap year day video. So I remember just getting super drunk the night before, or fairly drunk. It was funny because we were watching something that was so hilarious. I was laughing. We wake up, and no, let me go back. Okay, so the start of this is the day before leap year. We get into Escondido, and we get McDonald's. We get Big Macs, and immediately when I taste the Big Mac, it's like this really weird taste, burning rubber taste. I was saying to my coworker later, it tasted like, it didn't even taste like food. And mind you, I did see there was some sort of thing later where they said that like some sort of mineral oil got into some sort of food supply for McDonald's, or no, for beef going to Ohio. So we get this, and I can't remember if I have a shot. No, I've had a shot of this pink alcohol later, but regardless, we're eating this Big Mac, and this weird burning taste is just disgusting. It's like, yeah, the food didn't even taste like food anymore. It's weird. And we stay up a couple hours. I thought I was gonna maybe go see my other brother, see my brother, but instead I think we decide that I'm gonna stay the night there. My friend is there. He's been alone for a while, and I remember him saying too about how he has like these weird teeth that are like extra teeth, like a split teeth. I don't know how to explain it, but he says it's some sort of disease. And he was even like commenting like funnily, he's like, oh, it brings me closer to the aliens. And I'm like, I have no idea what that means, but it's some sort of genetic thing. So I noticed my tooth is dissolving, but regardless, because I was having tooth problems or it's the start of it or something like that. But this taste of this food was so disgusting, and like, so a few hours later, we're like, oh, let's get some Del Taco, and I've been wanting Del Taco for so long, but it's when we get it again, the food tastes so disgustingly like rotten. It tastes like rotten corn, although it looks fine. It tastes like rotten corn. I keep trying to remember though, this fucking bizarre burning smell. Sure enough, on the news, the next day, I've had like 4 beers or something like that, I can't remember. The next day, we see on the news that there's some sort of epidemic of a burning smell happening in San Diego. But the people that they interviewed, it made it seem like it was by the bay. But we're all the way up in North County. And my friend, I thought I was gonna stay longer and see my other brother. My friend starts smoking some weed, but the weed too was so bizarre looking. I know this is a weird tangent, but it looked like these like wispy light, like it looked like something that would grow on like on a vine almost. It looked so bizarre. And regardless, I start getting this panicking feeling like I really need to go home. I really need to go home. And so I get more bud, I bring it back to my friend, and it looks so disgustingly weird. I'm just like, you could just have this. This one was like, it looked like it was like made of dirt. And this is such a weird tangent, but regardless, the thing about that pervasive burning smell in San Diego, it was like that same feeling where it was like something is just bizarre. And I'm leaving. I'm getting on near the police department in Escondido towards the freeway, and I see these 2 fucking fighter jets like shoo, like going super fucking fast. And I was like, what the fuck? I still have this crazy panicking feeling. I'm like, I miss my boyfriend so bad. I'm freaking out. And it looked like the freeway is like shut down, and I don't even know. It was like this weird feeling. He gave me this book called Black Hole, and I didn't really read it, but it was that feeling of like a black hole was like affecting our universe. It was really bizarre. And I'm driving. Mind you, though, a couple days before, I did touch this Brugmansia plant, and it gave me like this feeling where it was like this very strong stimulating, but at the same time dissociating feeling. Like, it was like this pink K-hole feeling, but regardless, it doesn't feel like anything's happening for like 2 days. You know, mind you, I just touched it. But, or, you know, it like slightly broke in my hands, but I was like, you know, it's not going to be that bad. And, so I'm driving by the Air Force area in, or not, I guess that is the Air Force, where the air show is, and, I can't remember. There's the freeway was backed up on the other side going north. It was like really backed up. And it was this, I see this like weird spiky, like spike. I don't know how to explain it. Somehow I think I've seen it before too, somewhere, but it was like in a book from a long time ago, or I don't even know. I tried to look it up online, and I kept seeing these like illustrations that looked nothing like it. It was like they drew like a disc with 2 spikes at the bottom, or two spheres at the bottom that had spikes at the bottom of this UFO disc. This is not what I saw. I saw like this thing where it was like, it looked like there's something called ferrofluid. It looked like spiking ferrofluid, and when I would like look away from it and look back, it was like a completely different shape. Look away and look back, it was a completely different shape. Look away and look back, and then it looks like it's trying to land next to me. And for some reason, I'm like, I'm not gonna film this one. I just want to see what's happening because I want to drive safe. And it looks like it's getting closer and closer. At one point, the last time I saw it, it looked like this long sphere with spikes at the end of it, almost like a missile, but it disappears. And I'm always apprehensive about this next part because it sounds so insane. Mind you, we were watching stuff about Dune and this different sci-fi stuff the night before. So this is why I'm like, okay, you know, what I saw is just my mind playing tricks on me. Maybe somebody has like some weird thing, because all throughout the morning we smell this crazy like burning flesh smell. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just bizarre. This weird like rubbery sort of thing. Even the night before too, when we go to get the Del Taco, I smell it like I thought like a rat jumped into the car or something with the, it smelled so weird. But anyways, to my right of me in a car, I see this person who has this big giant forehead, these black solid eyes, and this big puffy face, and they were like kind of like a green color. It was not like the atypical gray. It was like this kind of like inverse of it almost. And they were driving next to me, and they had this like perplexion on their face, like they were like mad or something like that. And it was so weird. They're in just like some normal car, but it looked like it had like smoked out mirrors or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It looked fucking just absurd to think that an alien would be like in a car. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, absolutely, it feels like my hairs have like been raising like a cat for like a half hour straight. And mind you, I just woke up and wanting to get weed for my friend and leave, and it was really weird. When I met my parents too, I made it really fast. I'm like panicking, but I see this fucking weird shaped head, and I'm thinking, okay, was it like somebody who does like plastic surgery or something like that? But even then, like with the fighter jets and shit like that, it was fucking so surreal and weird. It felt like I don't even know. And I get back to my house, and I'm like, oh, and I'm all kind of freaking out because my boyfriend wasn't answering, and he was playing like some Jurassic Park video game, and he was just like, oh, like halfway asleep, and I tell them later, I'm like, I thought I saw a UFO, and then that night, but nobody really cares that much, so like, whatever, and that night on KPBS, I hear the story about Leap Year Day, and somehow it's like leap year day, it can make animals, like their internal clock, fall out of sync or something like that. And where they've said they've seen like fireflies blinking out once. And I tried to find this fucking story afterwards. I couldn't find it. But when I hear this, I'm like screaming, laughing. I'm like, yes, then this kind of makes sense. And like, it was so crazy. Like when I came back to work, I told them I smelled that burning smell, but I felt just like what happened was so crazy that it's like, if you actually, you know, the thing about, I was saying about if Trump actually is the aliens, like it is actually completely mind-boggling, because it is like some sort of interdimensional thing that happens, synced up with like giant scales of space and all this weird stuff. And like, yeah, I can get back to my job, but I swear to God, like, okay, that's my best way I could redo the story, but it was pretty good. Maybe for the channel too, I could try and find the recordings of when I saw that one that pulled up. But yeah, oh my God, crazy. Anyways, gotta work. Bye.